Here's a list of things I'm not surprised about as we move into 2025, especially since it's Inauguration Day. I'm not surprised that Donald Trump has openly admitted to using Elon Musk to help win the election. I'm not surprised that internal leakings from Twitter show that the whole purpose Twitter was purchased was to influence the election. I'm not surprised that TikTok's ban is an entire stunt to make Donald Trump look good. How many times do we have to say what is happening for people to fucking get it? I, I'm at a loss, bro. I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know anymore. Things are about to get real fucked really fast.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, all those who came out to vote for TP are finally arriving or gradually arriving their find out era. So today he signed the executive order that we end birthright citizenship, and that has made a lot of people so weak. Some persons don't even know what to say. Some people are crying. Some persons are asking questions on socials that can help them, come out of this whole mass deportation thing. Some of them don't even know where to start from. And to all the Latinos that voted, they're the first to even pick up the tears. Right now, I don't know. I don't know if I should say I feel for them, because most times when you watch these videos, you kind of feel for who is crying, and you find yourself crying with a stranger who somehow might have contributed to whatever thing that is making them shed tears. Anyway, let's go check out these videos from some creators, then we'll come back and talk more about it.
I just spent the last 30 minutes crying as I read about all the mass deportations that are starting to occur, and also seeing okay, gonna try to make it through. Seeing the aftermath of the fires in Los Angeles, and knowing that a lot of the population that was affected were Latinos and people of color. And I just felt so much grief and anger, because growing up being an immigrant kid, and having to grow up with a realization that you could go to school and your parents could get deported while you're at school, and you come home and they're not there, was a real fear that I had as a child. Also, having to watch your parents go work their second job as soon as you got home from school, and locking yourself in your room because that was the only way to keep you safe, because your parents couldn't afford a babysitter. And growing up with all of that, and just trying your best and going to school and pretending like you're just like every other kid, is an experience that I don't wish on anyone. And it's been so hard to see the amount of hate that has grown as the Trump MAGA supporters have kind of come out of the woodwork, and they call us criminals, and they call us these awful things, and it's like, at some point it just wears you down, and I just want to live in a place where I feel wanted and I feel like I matter, not like I'm this topic of debate, and that my existence should be questioned as to whether or not I'm supposed to be here. that's all I have for now.
So on this day, you heard him say that he wants to end birthright citizenship, and he's going to sign an executive order to end birthright citizenship for children who were born on U.S. soil if their parents are not citizens. Now, what I'm wondering is if you actually believe us now. I mean, you called us liars when we told you he was talking about doing that. But now that you've actually seen it for yourself, he said it in an official capacity. Do you believe it? Now you just support it? And then also I want to point out that we have some pesky language in the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution that actually prohibits him from doing that. So, we weren't lying. He's really talking about doing it, and it's unconstitutional and anti-American.
I don't know about you, but today it just hits a little different for me. I know this sounds weird and controversial, but I do feel like today is the beginning of the end of the United States as we know it. Among many of the sweeping, controversial pardons and executive orders that Donald Trump signed yesterday, one of them was about ending birthright citizenship. Specifically, I plan to call a friend of mine, his name's Steven, we call him Taco since we were little kids, right after this video and check in on how he's doing. Because, I mean, he lives in Florida, which is, his area is very heavily Republican, so I'm sure a lot of his family and friends are Trump supporters. But him and his brother and sister are first-generation immigrant children, and I don't even know that his parents are legal still to this day. So, Steven, I love you, buddy. You can come up here and stay with me. This is wild, and I'm sorry.
As a DACA recipient, I know I'm not the only one that's feeling this way, but it almost feels like the air is heavy. That fear, that uncertainty of what comes next or what is coming next sometimes does keep me up at night because, again, it's another president that doesn't value us, another president that doesn't recognize us in our hard work. But I have to remind myself of something constantly. And I'm posting this because I want you guys to also remember. Our people, we are so fucking resilient. That's the simple truth. We have been through this storm before, and we are still here. We are still here. We work twice as hard with half the recognition, and that's not a flex. It just goes to show our character, the fact that we show up every single day, even though the odds are stacked up against us. They can try to dim our light, but they will never erase the fire that's within us. Our people. That's just how we are built. We have faced uncertainty before, and every single time we push through. But I do want you guys to remember something. As strong as we are, as hardworking as we are, as resilient as we are, if we were to unite, si nos juntamos, we would be so much more powerful. I know you've heard the term, united we rise, divided we fall. That's true. That's 100% true. I believe that if something horrible were to happen, I believe that our people would unite. I know everyone's going to come with the negative that, oh, well, you know, there's going to be fights within fights. I believe down in, like, the pit of my fucking soul that if shit were to go down, every single one of us would unite and fight back. Because at that point, you don't have anything to lose, right? Like, what other argument would be more important than continuing to fight for your family, for your rights? Like, I believe in us. I know that sounds crazy, but I believe in us. I truly do. Because I'm not just trying to live. I'm trying to thrive with my people. And I don't know what's ahead. I don't. But I know we're going to be okay. We always are. We always push through. And I just hope that soon we all realize that together we can actually make change, and together we can demand for recognition. Like the blatant lies that are just on the media and that come out of our politicians' mouth are the reason we're in this situation. Like, they like to blame us for everything, but they know the truth. They know the truth. So I believe in us, and I know we're gonna be okay. I know everything's gonna be okay.
All right, y'all. So there were a lot of executive orders that were signed by President Trump last night concerning U.S. immigration. So one of those has to deal with birthright citizenship. Typically, if you were born in the United States, you are automatically considered a U.S. citizen. However, one of the executive orders signed by President Trump states that even if you were born in the United States, if your parents are illegal immigrants, you are no longer considered a U.S. citizen. There are organizations that are filing lawsuits against this executive order, stating that it's unconstitutional. So I do expect for us to see some change. However, this is slated to go into effect within 30 days of the president signing the executive order.
Where are all those people that really voted for him in the first place? All those Latinos that were everywhere chanting and chanting, forgetting the fact that they are illegal or undocumented immigrants. They forget they don't have even papers. Most of them that work in those farmlands. They forget that they do not have the document to stay back in the country. And some of them were just all over TikTok saying, you know what, he was already in office before and he said all of that and he never did any of that. So where are you guys now and what do you have to say? I thought you were always chanting that he's not going to do it. He has already been in office. Right now, what is your plans? You guys are all over, wailing, forgetting that you are part of the problem. This is what you all voted for. This is all you guys wanted, and now you have it. So don't come to TikTok to seek sympathy or anything from anyone. It is what it is. It is what you wanted, and now you have it, right? It is what you wanted. And that's when you go to TikTok, you're seeing magas writing all kind of things, saying all kind of things that if you know that you're not legally staying in that country, why give birth in the country in the first place? That you would have gone back to your country. It's not MAGA's turn. It's that turn to shine. It's their turn to say any word that they want to, because who they don't like is exactly who he doesn't like. So it is MAGA's turn to brag as much as they want. They are all over every comment that is talking about people sharing their story and their legal status. They are everywhere talking about it, telling you to go back to wherever, telling you, oh, that why did you not give birth? Why did you stay back? Why come with a tourist visa and stay back? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So now MAGA has a lot to say because you guys gave them the privilege. You guys were following MAGA everywhere. MAGA was telling you, oh, let's go vote, let's do this, let's do that. All they wanted was your vote, and now you have casted it in. You have no other thing to say. They don't nothing about you interests them anymore. They're always looking for who to use and not the other way around. And now it's your turn to face the consequences of your action. You called for it. Now it is time to face it. The executive order has been signed. So all you people who do not have, who had given birth without you having a legal document to stay back in the US, it is time for you to know that you are one of the reasons why your child will be going back to wherever, because of the choices that you've made by voting for TP. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. What do you think about all of this? So much to take in at the same time. A lot of people are just quiet in on TikTok. Some people don't even know what to say. They're just tired. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let's have that conversation. Okay, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be part of the family, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Bye, guys.